Roll Tide. Oh, we're live. Sweet. All right. Welcome back to the Bat Flip Entertainment College Football Show. Week 10 recap.
Still no intro.
What's that?
Oh, we're here? Okay.
We're here? Started, guys.
Yeah.
What's bad? Intro?
I'm almost like getting used to it now, whereas like we come on and you just go, oh, hey, we're live.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I mean, that's part
Trademark
of it.
it.
Yeah, trademark.
Is that your scripted intro?
Yeah, it's my scripted now. I mean, there's no indication. It just pops up and says live. 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And this is
They
what
give
you
you a
get at the
countdown.
college football show. If it was just a show, then we would have a nice introduction, very professional.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, we have Adam, who doesn't like scissor lifts, and Cooper, who hates Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Seems to be our trademark. I am not alone also.
Well, we'll get to that eventually.
Ooh, I'm one member of the insane asylum. Ooh.
We can start week 10 with the ACC being dead. We thought Miami was good. We thought Georgia Tech. I think everyone had their concerns with Georgia Tech, but Miami goes down at SMU in overtime. I think they just quit at the end of that game. Adam, thoughts?
Did you say the ACC was dead?
Yeah, I'm not sure they
Is
were
that
ever
what you just
alive.
said?
Yeah.
Man, I couldn't disagree more. I think this is one of the better ACCs we've seen. I'm loving the ACC this year. Virginia and Louisville should be ranked higher, but yeah, Miami's Miamiing again is what it is. Had to
So
assume
the
it happened.
U isn't
Really, the U's not back. Really, I really always say that was really the only like. I mean, obviously Georgia Tech losing, but I would say Georgia Tech was a bigger upset than Miami was, honestly.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, with NC State being who beat them, yeah.
yeah. Now, and I don't know why I really wanted to get Cooper's opinion on this, because Cooper,
That's you, buddy.
that's you, Cooper.
You want my opinion on something? Oh.
Cooper's been ranking Notre Dame up there.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Notre Dame believer, even
Big
more
time.
than the Notre Dame guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what do you think of the Ari Wassermans of the world throwing a fit that Notre Dame's not behind Miami?
Like as far as in the playoff
In the
rankings,
rankings.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think Miami, like as far as like the whole Miami thing, I'm gonna pull up the playoffs again here, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on that, I guess.
I'm glad you got his opinion, Adam.
I got his opinion.
I know.
Well, that's how I felt about it. I really felt like it was a non-issue because you've gotten to the point where Notre Dame losing that game to Miami is just Notre Dame got upset.
Yeah,
It wasn't
If
like
they were to
Notre
play on a
Dame
neutral
lost by a
field
lot.
today, if they were to play on a neutral field today, Notre Dame might be favored by a touchdown.
it's the argument that Hank had X amount of weeks ago about the
Years.
whole Alabama. Hey, this is a show. We're not officially here. The argument about Alabama losing to Florida State, and the whole like Alabama's a much better team and that was a fluke loss.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Yeah,
more
but
falls into that category.
In the same boat, though, you don't have Florida State sitting there like in the top 10 either.
Yeah.
You had
But
a
yeah.
team, Notre Dame, a team that's starting brand new quarterback, didn't really have anything besides Jeremiah Love coming in and figuring out their entire offense against what was at the time a top 5 team. Miami's not a bad team, but I mean, teams get better throughout the season.
It's
You're
hard
right,
to
Adam. They
judge.
might be favored.
It's hard to judge teams through those first couple weeks, like you just said. Like I don't think any team, regardless of whether you got a bunch of guys returning or a bunch of true freshmen, you can really judge them based off the first couple weeks. Everybody's getting used to, people they have in their team, and you can have rocky starts and just turn it on after 3-4 weeks.
I'd say it'd be different if Notre Dame lost to Miami by 3 touchdowns, but but they lose by 4. Is it 28-24 or something like that?
Like 24-21, so yeah, something goofy.
Both of their 2 losses to start the year were like inside of 7 points.
Yeah, and the other
2 losses by
a
total of 4 points. Yeah.
So yeah, if you want my opinion, you didn't want it, but Notre Dame should be ranked ahead of Miami.
At least you have one.
There you go. That's a good start. All right, Miami's there. Georgia Tech. I think we would all agree that they were going to lose at some point. But giving up 48 to NC State wasn't on my bingo card.
NC State's a tricky little team, but yeah, at some point they're going to lose to somebody. They were skirting by every week. I'm a Georgia Tech believer, right? They might be the best team in the ACC still. I hope they make the ACC championship. Haynes King deserves it.
Haynes King is the best team in the ACC, probably.
They're only going to go as far as Haynes King can take them.
Doreen's still at NC State, right? So that's the guy on the college football show. But it seems like he does one of these every year. At least NC State does.
Whoever the coach is, I don't know. Yeah, true.
Either way.
They're good for
I wouldn't consider either of those the biggest upset of the weekend. Hawaii losing to San Jose State. Biggest upset of the weekend. 6-2 Hawaii walks in and gets stomped by 7. But, I mean, they were up 21 at some point, weren't they? Yeah, halftime it was 31-14.
Oh, it looked like it was locked.
A 2-5 San Jose State Fighting Ken's team takes down Hawaii, blisters their chances at a Mountain West title there. So I know we're all sad for Hawaii's loss.
Someone play the violin sound effect, but hey, Hawaii's still in it. They got a big game this weekend. Gets them right back in it. They're to upset San Diego State.
Top of the Mountain West right now. They've only given up 41 points. Who's Hawaii's other path? Conference loss to? Fresno State.
Fresno State.
Yeah, that was that. Is that overtime?
No.
Might have been in overtime. I remember that.
Lost by 2. Overtime.
Yeah, they went for 2 late. Missed it to tie it. I think it was to go into overtime, probably. So, prayers for Hawaii. They got one more on the island. I think this might be the last week they're on the island.
They have
we got one more.
Wyoming on the island to finish the year. Another electric game.
There you go. Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I didn't know if you had that hot take about San Diego State or if you wanted to save it.
Me, I didn't really have a hot take about San Diego State.
Okay, you weren't going all the way with San Diego State there.
No, I had them on my periphery of the top 25 last couple weeks. And so it's just one of those. Everybody, as far as that G5 team to make it in, we've always been trying to talk about them. For somebody from the American, so it's almost kind of like trying to find somebody else to talk about.
Yeah, worth noting: San Diego State, Hawaii, and Boise the next 2 weeks.
So they will figure out whether they are the best team in the Mountain West. That's the next 2 in there.
Pretty much. And man, if they win those 2 games, let's say they go 11-1, man. Our American theory might go right out the window.
Possibly. The American race is kind of shaping itself up. We had 2 big losses this week. I don't know that the Navy loss is as big as the Tulane one, but the Tulane one was was bad. Retzlaff got, I think, benched in the third quarter of that game. UTSA? UTSA just
Yeah.
ran
Mm-hmm.
all over them. They threw all over them.
Missed the
That's
stat
not-
that they have a long home game winning streak within conference. UTSA does heading
Oh
into
yeah,
that
it's
game.
like 21 games or something, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, missed it until after the broadcast was almost over. They mentioned it on the broadcast. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
What is
Owen
it, like
McCown.
at home, or what is it?
Conference
They have a
home.
yeah. It's like 20 some
that's-
game winning streak at home against conference teams.
They went undefeated
That's
2 or
wild.
3 years ago, didn't they? Like total record undefeated, I think. They were
Something
12
like
and 0. So yeah, they took down Tulane, gave them their first loss. Now we have 6 teams with one loss in that conference. East Carolina's still hanging on there. Navy's still top of the board technically because they got the the extra game, so they're 5-1. Memphis 4-1. North Texas 4-1. Tulane and South Florida 3-1, with East Carolina also at 3-1. That conference is still wide open, and I don't know who's
Half the
gonna win.
conference is in play.
I thought it was between, like, we're starting to have the elimination games, but I also don't know that this loss for Navy eliminated them.
It doesn't, just because Navy has Memphis and South Florida left.
Yeah.
They kind of control their own destiny still, I think, if you do the math. It's really hard to math up right now.
I think
But-
they have to win both those games, though.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they have to, for sure.
yeah.
So it's going to be tough.
Memphis is the one that controls most of it right now. So they already beat South Florida. They got East Carolina, Tulane, and Navy left on the schedule. So they're in the driver's seat. Even after that UAB loss, they somehow came out in better shape.
Man, if it wasn't for that UAB loss too, we might have a ranked Memphis team up there
I think
as far as
you
the college
might,
football playoffs go.
yeah, and I think you might want to pencil in North Texas for the American Conference Championship, assuming South Florida drops one, I guess. Because they got UAB, Rice, and Temple left. Temple's kind of sneaky, but South Florida and Navy are going to play each other. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Take that back. I have no idea what's going to happen in the American. We're going to have to watch.
That
We
is
got
true.
another one
There-
this week, Tulane and Memphis.
There's no easy games in the American.
No, apparently not. When Ryder Burton or S. Green, whoever he wanted to be that day, is going to throw all over the yard. So I think Temple might still be in play at 3-2.
In theory, if they went out, yeah.
UTSA's got South Florida and East Carolina still on there, but 2 losses. The Temple loss kind of knocks them out. I don't know. That's probably the most interesting conference left to play.
Every game matters in that conference. It is fantastic.
Anyone have a thought on a conference championship game there? Or you want to wait a few more weeks?
I mean,
Well, it
I'd
changes
wanna-
every week.
I think it's
I
going
want
to
to
change.
wait a few more weeks. Right now, the one I have is probably Memphis and North Texas. That's the new conference championship I'd have to predict.
It's crazy because South Florida just destroyed North Texas.
I know.
It's
That would actually be a fun rematch. I felt like North Texas had more to give in that game than what we got.
Funny
Probably.
enough, I saw something online per ESPN FPI as far as like percentages to make the playoff. Out of all those teams, right now, North Texas has the best chance at 28.5% over South Florida and Memphis. So
I think it's because they don't have any. I would assume it's probably because they have an easy back 3 of their schedule. They don't play any of those teams, so you're guessing on the other teams beating up on each other. So I think they might have the easier path to the title game, but who knows?
Mhm.
It does feel like it's a little bit North Texas and
Who just gets through of the other ones?
which to me feels like Memphis or South Florida. But
Let me throw a hypothetical out there with the American. Let's say we get a Navy. I don't know. Let's throw North Texas out there. Navy, North Texas, or Navy and East Carolina. And let's say Navy loses that conference title game, but has a win over Notre Dame. North Texas probably isn't a good example here because they've already played and North Texas would have beat them twice. But let's go East Carolina on that. You're looking at an East Carolina team that essentially beat Navy as their best win. Well, they would have had to beat Memphis too, but or Navy that lost the conference title game and beat Notre Dame.
and you have the caveat of Navy playing Army later in that too.
But
But
that's after the selection.
oh, is it?
Uh,
Like, that's
Selection's
weird.
the Sunday
That's
after
right.
conference title. So Army Navy game is essentially just a scrimmage. I mean, it is a national championship. Let's not get it twisted.
Well, they care. They'd care more about that than a playoff game.
I love that tweet. Did you see that thing? They were worrying about whether Navy would, or someone said Navy should rest their starters against Army if they made the playoff. Someone said they'd rest their starters in the playoff to beat Army.
Yeah, yeah. Biggest rivalry in football. I don't care what anyone says.
We're
But-
go over those too.
I will say this: if there's a scenario in Notre Dame where Navy does beat Notre Dame and Navy holds a win like that, I almost don't even care what happens the rest of the way. I feel like you got to give it to them because they're the only Group 5 team that could say they've done that.
Yeah, Memphis would have a best win out of conference of Arkansas, and I think South Florida's best one's looking like Florida right now.
It's not
Outside of that.
great.
Yeah, outside of that, East Carolina didn't have anything. They got stomped by BYU, and North Texas played a bunch of blind schools outside of conference.
Yeah, no. To me, I mean, as long as I'd say maybe you gotta have a caveat that they make the conference championship game, but
Ooh,
because to me then it's a little
iffy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
yeah. But if they made the conference championship game, I'd give it to them.
yeah. What
If
if
they
he
had a
does?
Notre Dame win on that resume, I don't care if they win that conference championship or not.
There, you kind of talked it back in. Let's say Navy doesn't play in the conference title game, but North Texas beats, I don't know, ECU. Now you got a North Texas conference championship, but you got Navy's only lost to North Texas with a win over Notre Dame.
And this is like
And
North
where'd they go?
Texas winning out from where they're at. I mean, you probably give it to North Texas.
It's basically the same thing as the Penn State beat Ohio State to win the 2016 Big Ten title, but then Ohio State goes to the playoff because Penn State lost to Pitt earlier that year. Had two
Right.
losses versus one. In Ohio State's
that-
defense, they won that national title, I believe.
Now, and another part of that, though, I would say too, is if Navy gives Notre Dame a game, that would also count for something. I think if we come down to it, Navy wins the American or something, we're down between like Navy and James Madison or
San
SDSU,
Diego.
whoever it might be. Yeah. To me, that would mean something. I really think it's an important game for Navy. I mean, they got a hell of a schedule ahead of them to make any of this happen.
Mhm.
But if they win that conference and we're sitting here battling between, oh well, it should be James Madison, it should be San Diego, it should be whoever. Man, if Navy has a close game against Notre Dame this weekend,
The
to me that makes it
interesting,
easy.
it's the most interesting race that I've seen in a conference in a long time. And I don't know how many people are actually paying attention to it because it's not a big power whatever 4 conference.
If you are, you're
Um,
missing out.
Yeah.
That's some great football going on.
Did anyone catch any of that game?
Which one?
The Navy North Texas one.
A little bit.
Did you see the onside kick that
Late
Navy
in the game?
recovered in the first? No, this was
Oh,
early. After Navy's
really?
first score, they did an onside kick and they got it.
I
But
don't
the
believe
North
so.
Texas guy waved for a fair catch.
Oh, you know what? I didn't see it live, but I did see something on Twitter about this.
I did
That was
not
really
know
weird.
that was. Yeah, I did not know that it was a freshman too. Like heads up play. I didn't know
Guy
that
knows
that was
ball.
part of it.
Now, why aren't they just doing that every time?
Most of them. This one got a really high bounce, so he had time to signal. Usually they're a little bit
Man,
dribbler.
it's
Or
like the
they're
first
quicker
time I had
to you.
seen that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, think of all the onside kicks you see. It's like,
It
man,
was a perfect bounce too. So that game could have gone
ball
multiple
mower.
ways. But yeah, that was crazy. I'll be excited to see what the rest of this conference does. It's great. And we're gonna have this segment every week talking about the AAC, and then we'll probably follow it up with our next favorite segment too. I'm gonna flip these next two. We're gonna go with the fire coaches segment. Hugh Freeze. Bye.
Bye.
15-19 at Auburn. I guess fire him. Was it? He was in his 3rd year.
Man, was it really 15-19?
Mhm.
Yeah. But I don't know anything from that tenure that was like notable
Probably
necessarily.
nothing happened. It just nothing ever happened. They existed.
That's
I
kind of where
guess
they've been.
if you're Auburn right now, you know, I don't know. I'm assuming they're in the rumor mill with every other coach that's been in the rumor mill since we've started talking
Mhm.
about this. But man, if they can keep that roster intact and get a good quarterback, they're right there. It's a good team. Maybe
You think so?
maybe it's just getting Deuce Knight to stay. I think so. They've managed to be in all these games this year. They managed to be in a lot of games. It's just that little extra like
Something.
something.
Yeah. Cooper, what's your thoughts on Auburn, I guess, as a whole? And where does that fall in the attractiveness of jobs?
Maybe it's recency bias. I don't feel like there's compared to some of the other openings, you know, especially considering the fact of, you know, the pedigree of LSU, Penn State's recent success. You know, I don't really feel like you get a top end. Like if you're trying to go after Lane Kiffin, I don't think he has any interest. You know, somebody, you know, well, not a Joe Brady. You brought up Joe Brady either last week or a few weeks ago. Somebody like that, some lower end name that from some smaller school or some OC that they feel like they could bring in and do pretty well. I don't know. I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts on Auburn as a whole, just because of the fact of these last 3 years have been just kind of blah. You're just existing, and it's rough over there right now. I don't know.
Is
Yeah, I
it
get
better
some sort of a program builder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Above Florida? Below Florida?
It's almost like a tie for me at this point.
Like recency bias, as you were saying, man. They both feel like they're the same damn team.
Yeah.
I think you
They
put it
just
below
feel like
Florida.
they've been just a team for Alabama, Georgia, LSU, all these other SEC teams that, you know, just show up and beat.
But Hank,
really
Auburn
like,
has the kick 6, bro.
Yeah, but Florida has a jump man on their jersey.
Ooh.
I think that's
Checkmate.
the sad part. Is the kick 6. You think back how many years ago that is now, and how far it feels like that program has fallen since then. It's depressing.
Yeah, 12 years ago, playing for the national title at least, but Jameis stopped.
Yeah.
Dog.
One coach that I guess we don't think will go there is Matt Rhule. Signed an extension. I think stats department said 2-year extension, $15 million buyout now. I don't really
That's
know
what I
the
saw.
clauses of that contract, but I don't see how that necessarily stops a big school from buying him if they wanted him. Unless there's something in there that basically says you cannot leave Lincoln.
Yes, it fairly small extension at the end of the day.
I think it essentially says if you're going to hire Matt Rhule, you're going to be LSU, Florida, or Penn State.
Yeah.
Because who else is going to pay them for that buyout? You're going to have to really buy him.
What doesn't make any sense to me is if you planned, if like you knew you had interest from the Penn State of Florida, some of these other schools, and you wanted to go there, why would you even sign this extension to stay?
Well, he might. I mean, even if he does, I would assume that the school that hires him would pay most of that buyout. So it doesn't really matter if he did sign it or not. And I'm sure he got a contract bump if he does stay. Ultimately, decide to stay. It's leverage essentially on his side.
It's job security too. At the end of the day, I mean, there's no guarantee if he had interest in either of these jobs that they'd still be there. Just kind of how it is.
That's a buyout on him. Now I'm thinking of it. That's not on the program, right? It's a buyout for him to get out of his deal. I might have thought of that back.
To the program.
I might have thought of that backwards. Now I'm thinking. Now my mind's in a pretzel. The $15 million buyout. Like Franklin had a $50 million buyout, but that's Penn State to buy him out if they want to separate. Is this $15 million for Nebraska to buy Rhule out or Rhule to buy out of Nebraska?
If Nebraska was to fire Rhule, it would cost them 15 mil.
Right.
If someone was to hire him, it would cost them 15 mil.
Him to buy out there. That's what it. Yeah. So he's got to pay 15 million to Nebraska. Right. Whoever wants to hire him is going to pay that.
Yeah.
Immediately. So still top of the market, I suppose. But does anyone have any thoughts of which coach is next?
Get Dabo out of here. No, it won't happen.
I don't think so.
It is kind of crazy to me that his name isn't brought up more in this whole thing. That program is in just they suck. It's like the same team they had last year.
What's odd to me that the first couple weeks of the season, everyone was shouting it from the rooftops to get rid of him, and now as the season has gone on, now it's gone quiet and no one's brought it up, even though there's really been no real improvement.
No, they've gotten worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like one of the biggest collapses. That I mean, people were picking them to win the national championship. I think we all picked them to win the ACC, like bar none.
Yeah. And at least to play in the title game.
Yeah.
I wasn't on that.
I don't know why Dabo gets a pass because he won a national championship in a completely different era of college football. Like, I don't know.
Usually this is where Clemson loses like 2 games early and then they quietly just finish 9-3 and no one cares. But you're right. When you're saying they suck, this is now they're losing every other week or every.
They may not make a bowl game bad.
Right.
Like what, 3-5?
Yep.
3-6, something like that. They suck.
It's getting bad down there in the fake Death Valley.
I don't know, man. Both Death Valleys are pretty fake right now.
There was a fake thing, speaking of fake, going around that Loxley in Maryland got fired. That was a thing rolling around, but I don't see that happening.
Yeah, why would that
seem to have a few good recruits coming in, but that was after they got stomped 55-10 against Indiana, who's stomped literally everyone this year. But something went around that Loxley was getting fired.
Being stomped by Indiana is just a rite of passage at this point.
Does Does USC grow old of Lincoln Riley?
No.
No.
He'll
I feel like
be around.
they got too much invested in him, it feels like, too. Plus, they have the #1 recruiting class coming in right now.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to fire your coach because you probably lose that with it. That whole
Good
thing has
point.
been really underwhelming, but
Good point.
overall, USC's in a good place.
I'm
Yeah.
looking at the Big
That's
12,
good.
and I'm thinking, first of all, is Baylor okay with where they're at with Aranda? I've been curious on that for maybe the last year and a half, 2 years. And then the second one would be, does Colorado have the balls to fire Dion?
No. I can answer you like real quick. No.
I don't even know the terms of his contract, what that buyout is or anything, but does Colorado have the balls to do it?
He's the only thing keeping him relevant. They were irrelevant before he got there. And
They're
he gave
irrelevant
them,
right now.
well, I mean, as in
We're
like
talking about him.
nobody's paying attention to him. Yeah. He gets people to actually talk about him. If he wasn't there, we wouldn't even bring him up.
I do like how Colorado's just gone back to being Colorado now. Just
But
like
it's
right
okay
back to where we
because
started. But Dion's there, so they're a fun bad team. Like, I don't know.
that could have been the worst loss. What was that, 2 weeks ago to Utah? That might have been the worst football game I've ever seen played.
Oh, they didn't even belong on the field. The Arizona game wasn't much better either.
Did they have positive yardage at halftime?
They scored 17, so I'm sure they had something.
It was terrible. All right. Moving on. Heisman update. Any of you guys got anyone besides Fernando Mendoza?
What the hell is Julian saying doing number one? Why is he the number one guy odds wise to get the Heisman?
Because he plays for.
I like how Ohio State's playing right now. I've been picking him number one every week. He's not the Heisman. To me,
Who
it's
is?
Simpson or Mendoza. Flip a coin. I pick Mendoza right now.
Hang on. So you're picking Mendoza over Julian Sayin, but you have Ohio State number 1 and Indiana number 2. That's not how the Heisman
It's
works, Cooper. It's the best player on the best team.
Don't you know
Yeah,
how
I would
this
like
works?
to get like it's the same thing with the NFL MVP or most MVPs with every sport now. What categorizes somebody, like what is the actual basis of determining the Heisman in these people's eyes? What do they actually look at?
They don't.
It's who has pretty good stats, but also is getting like a lot of notoriety.
They look at snaps. Thank you.
Snaps. Yeah, it's how many snaps you play. No, it's who gets the most attention. Like it's. I went on this rant when we first started talking about the Heisman. It's the stupidest award in sports. Give it to the. All right, this guy played a lot of snaps. He's the first player to play on both sides of the ball consistently. He's above average on both sides, but played a lot of snaps and he was on ESPN a lot. We're gonna vote for him. Like, holy! And now this year we're doing this thing. Yeah, Julian Sayan's the favorite now. He haven't played anybody. He's throwing to NFL wide receivers. He's got like one of the best receiving cores you could see in college football. Give the Heisman to Jeremiah Smith. I don't know. I don't get it.
Sayan is a very small part of the reason why that Ohio State team is winning.
Defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is he's a very small contributor to why they are being so successful.
Quarterback on the best team award. We're right back to where we were. It literally is. You look at all the Heisman odds right now. It's like the quarterback on number 1, the quarterback on number 2, the quarterback on number 3, the quarterback on number 4. Almost literally in order.
The last non-QB was, I guess, Travis Hunter. But if you take that out, it's Devontae Smith, I believe, right? And the last running back to win was Henry 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here's a year that ends in 5, though. That's not going to hold up.
No, I
Come
don't.
on, Jeremiah Love.
Yeah.
No.
Jeremiah,
I mean-
he's the highest non-quarterback right now, which probably means he should be a lot higher than he is.
What's disgusting is, Drew Mestemaker's now made the list for North Texas.
That's fair.
You throw 600
Blake?
yards in a game.
Where's Blake Horvath? Can we get some respect?
You should
Look,
expect
that
this.
does
They
it
don't
all.
even. They haven't put Navy in the top 25 the entire time they were undefeated. You
To
should
be fair,
expect
they
it.
did have the 136th toughest schedule out of 136 teams. So I'm not too worried about that, but I do believe they deserved a little bit. Like maybe just get the 25 next to their name for a week.
Mhm.
Oh, I will say this, honestly, if you were just to tell me to vote for a Heisman right now, I'd have men. I consider all these guys. I'd still vote for someone like Haynes King. I'd rather be sitting here talking about Haynes King. Haynes King has put up rushing alone Heisman numbers. If he was a running back, you look at his rushing numbers, you'd be like, oh, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then, granted, a losing effort last week to NC State, they gave up 40 points. I'm not
It
blaming
wasn't
him
his
for
fault.
that. He can't play defense too. But I mean,
He's
to me,
slung
those are the players we should be talking about. The guys who carry their teams, not the guys who play really well within their elite team.
The RG3 type.
Yeah.
That might have been the last. I'd have to look at exactly what the stats were that year, but that seems like the last maybe legitimate-ish Heisman. That was a 9-3 team. It wasn't like they were the best team out there, but he carried them. I guess Lamar Jackson's a pretty good one.
That might be a fun off-season segment. Mark that down. Just go through every year of the Heisman
And complain about it.
and complain about it. Be some boomers.
Who should have won? All right, top 12. Do we want to just save Cooper's for last? All of it?
You
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys
go.
say I'm the insane one, but maybe it's not just me now. It is the masses. It's the actual people determining the playoffs that are now in agreement with me. So I
A
don't
bunch
know,
of
maybe
people in a
you
room who
guys
don't watch.
are the actual crazy ones. It's crazy. I've been saying this for how many weeks, and you guys are saying, wait till the college football playoff come out. Let's see where they rank them. Oh, what a shocker. They put Ohio State 1, like I said.
I don't deserve it.
Go ahead. Give me
Who
you
do you
guys'
got?
incorrect top 12.
No, you give me your top 4 first.
Oh, no. Okay. You don't want to save mine? Fine.
No.
Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama.
Okay.
Hasn't changed from last week.
College football playoff. Adam.
IU. Look at the Illinois game. Ohio State. Interestingly enough, we do get another common opponent this week in Penn State. So we might be able to double down on this if Indiana goes belt to ass with yet another opponent, as they have with other opponents this season, unlike Ohio State. 3 is Texas A&M, 4 is Alabama.
Weren't you the one that said the BCS should be what we determine who's number one, number two?
Replace the AP poll. The AP poll. Replace the AP poll with it.
And wasn't that thing that you sent us, the BCS, had Ohio State number 1?
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Is BCS wrong now, too?
Yes.
We didn't say it was right every time.
It was wrong a lot, but it's less wrong than the AP voters.
Yes.
I cannot wait for the Big Ten championship game when Ohio State does face Indiana and they beat them. What's going to be your excuse then?
Oh.
Well, then they'll finally deserve it.
Okay.
That means Texas A&M will go up to 1.
I saw somebody making that argument that actually A&M should be the number 1 team.
They do have an argument, to be honest, but
Did he get
so we all 4 have the same top 4 though?
No, we flipped Indiana and Ohio State, but yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. But the same 4 teams.
Two of us have, yeah.
The same 4 teams is what I meant. 5 through 8. Georgia, number 5. Ole Miss, I have it number 6. BYU, and then Oregon.
BYU cracked the top 8 finally. Adam?
Congratulations to the Mormons. I got Georgia at 5. I really want to punish Georgia because they are not the fifth best team in the country, but you gotta have them above Ole Miss. At 6, I've got the Mormons. At 7, I got Ole Miss, and 8, I have Oregon.
Mine's similar. I got BYU at 5, Oregon at 6, Georgia at 7, and Ole Miss at 8.
I like that. Might change mine.
I only have Alabama above the undefeated BYU Cougars.
If side note, if BYU were to win this weekend,
they might be
Texas
number
Tech,
1.
they would
Yeah, we
deserve
got
it more than
that one
Ohio
in
State.
there. Yeah, we might. I have a little beef with that one. We'll talk about that one later. Cooper, 9-12 for you, pal.
All right. 9, Texas Tech. 10, Notre Dame. 11, Virginia, begrudgingly, mostly because of the other teams' losses this week. I assume I'm not a big believer in them. I know I'm going to get so much crap for this. I have Texas at 12. They came back. I didn't see it coming. They have came back. They have legitimate. They beat Oklahoma. They've looked better over these last couple weeks.
I said last week that
You're back.
this was going to be the excuse to make Texas a playoff team again. I didn't have them ranked last week.
Shut up, David.
David said.
He said that before you said that.
No.
That's funny.
Oh,
I didn't have Texas
I
ranked
didn't
last
see that.
week, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
walking wafers.
9-12. Adam, what do you have?
I also have Texas Tech at 9. I have Notre Dame at 10, which is my first Notre Dame appearance in the playoff. I also have Virginia at 11, but at 12, I have the Louisville Cardinals. I will say this on Louisville. If Virginia wasn't if they did not lose that game to Virginia and maybe they even just lost to somebody else, I'd probably have them at like 7, 8. They're just being held back. I would definitely have them above Notre Dame just for the Miami's sake, but Virginia's kind of blocking them right now from maybe being where I want to put them. But I will say on the Texas thing, though, the only gripe I really had with the whole committee's rankings was Texas. Like, dude, there's people who didn't have them ranked last week, and they beat Oklahoma, and now we're just like, oh, they're a playoff team again. Okay, whatever. They'll weed themselves out. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's still some big games to be played for them, so they'll get a chance to prove if they actually belong in that area or not. But I do not get that jump at all.
They will either cement themselves in the playoffs over these next couple weeks, or they will get bounced real quick. For sure.
To a not ranked team. All right, my 9-12, I have Texas Tech, Notre Dame, Utah, and Georgia Tech.
You still have Georgia Tech 12.
They still only have one loss.
Yeah. But
I had them 5th last week. I'm going to dump them to 22nd because they lost to NC State.
Yeah, the way the committee killed them irked me. Like I have doing my play out. I got Georgia Tech like right ahead of Texas at 15, Utah at 13. I like those little batch of teams. Seems like we're all kind of on the same page a little bit on those ACC teams kind of being on the edge there where maybe the committee wasn't. That's probably my only gripe with the initial rankings outside of the committee not having watched Illinois versus IU. But
I kept, I wouldn't say doubting Utah, but I kept betting against Utah, and they keep throwing me to the side. I mean, their only losses are to Texas Tech and BYU. BYU by 3, Texas Tech by a little bit more, but they have been banged up a little bit. Utah's a good team. I kept thinking
Utah
they were,
is a good team.
but I kept thinking they were a decent team, but they are a good team.
Hey, the only thing working against Utah right now where I don't see them getting in is if, regardless of who, they lost to BYU and Texas Tech, and they play each other this weekend, and I am
Yep.
going to have a hard time leapfrogging Utah over either of those teams.
Yeah, it's hard to unless another one of them drops a game.
Yep.
Whoever
That might
loses
be
drops.
that might be the only thing with Utah. It might be hard for them to get in, but we'll see. They got a path.
I had Utah at 16 on my list for top 25. Did you do a top 20, like full 25, Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you have Utah?
He said
Or if you
13.
didn't say. Okay, I didn't hear him. I had Louisville 13, just some other small notes. Louisville 13, I had Georgia Tech 14. Iowa's 22. My G5 school right now is North Texas.
I don't have one. I decided that I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
I got Memphis. It changes every week, so
Yeah. I was
tune
gonna
in
say,
next week to find out who the Group of 5 team is.
I had Memphis 2 weeks ago. I had Tulane that last week. Now I have North Texas.
I had Tulane last week. I had South Florida 1 week. I don't know.
I think I said Navy last week.
It might be East Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It might be San Diego State.
Speaking of Tulane and Memphis, we'll get to week 11 picks now. Tulane goes to Memphis. Memphis 3.5 point favorite, over under 54.5. Who do you like, Cooper?
Memphis ain't playing around. I got Memphis to cover that 3.5 and beat Tulane.
Adam?
Give me Tulane just because nothing makes sense in the American. I feel like all day I'm like, yeah, it should be Memphis all day. I'll probably end up betting Memphis actually, but
Fade yourself.
no, give me Tulane. Give me Tulane. Like nothing makes sense over here.
It doesn't. You're right. But I'm going to roll with Memphis on that one. Next one, Navy at Notre Dame. Biggest game of the weekend. 25.5 point favorites. Notre Dame at home. Over under 55.5. Adam, I'll let you start this one.
Yeah, this one a fun one from the group. I'll be sitting on the sidelines for that one, but can't wait to sit in some cold rain with my cold and then wonder why I'm still sick again next show. I'll pick Navy to cover. I would also maybe bet the under on this one. It might be wet and cold.
I'm going to get it now while it's high too. It might move.
Mm-hmm. Good time to bet it. I will say it didn't inspire me much confidence last week seeing Notre Dame struggle to get off the field against Boston College. While they didn't allow very many points, Boston College had like a drive that went over 10 minutes, and then they had another one that was very similar in that game, and I'm just like, well, this is what Navy does, and with Notre Dame's new defensive coordinator, people argue about it. I think he's pretty suspect. I'm not feeling great. I think it could be a weird game. I think Notre Dame wins, but it might be like, a 21-7 type of weird game.
Fair enough. Cooper?
I'm with Adam on this. I think Navy could cover against Notre Dame, especially like you said, if those are the conditions. Low scoring game, 25.5 is a ton. I think that they could cover that. I got Navy to cover.
Yeah, 25.5 is a lot. But I'm going to take the over. And Navy's offense is, regardless of who they're playing, it is pretty dynamic and pretty explosive. Their defense also leaves a lot to be desired. So even if the conditions aren't great, I still think you're going to find some wide open people, wide open spaces of people scoring. Also, last year, this game was like, 52-14 or something. It was the closest 40-point loss I've ever watched in my life.
That was such a weird game.
Because I think Navy fumbled 6 times.
And wasn't this after they hadn't fumbled once like all season too? Like they were like the number 1 team in the nation and not turning the ball over, and then they just forgot how to play football for some reason.
Mm-hmm. They were moving up and down the field. I just couldn't hold on to the
dropping
ball.
it.
seems to be an issue. Now, here's the Texas Tech thing I wanted to get to. BYU undefeated going to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a 10.5-point favorite. The disrespect to BYU. The over-under is 52.5. Cooper, you've been bullish on BYU. Is that the right word? I think bullish is the right word.
If bullish means that I've been not a believer.
Yes, that's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
What is Coop? What are you calling him? Damn.
Come here for all of your stock market needs. That's a stock market term, I think. So,
Buy or sell?
what's your thought?
I'm honestly
BYU
surprised.
Texas Tech.
I mean, I am surprised. I'm not surprised that they're underdogs, BYU. I'm surprised by 10.5. I think that's the more odd thing to me. It almost makes me think, does Vegas know something that I don't know, that they would be willing to put that line out there?
Trap.
I feel like it is a trap. I am going to take BYU to cover that 10.5, but I'm very skeptical as to why that line is so big and what I'm missing that they believe Texas Tech is that good compared to, like you said, an undefeated BYU.
Yeah, I don't know either. Adam, thoughts?
So, opposite approach here. I've been a big Texas Tech believer this year. I think they're one of the most talented teams in college football, and I think they're going to show that. It's also a weird game. It's like a noon game. Don't know why. That's ridiculous. But I have a good feeling about this. I honestly, I kind of feel like Texas Tech's going to belt ass here and win this game by 2 touchdowns.
I got BYU.
I like them a lot.
I got BYU money line.
Ooh.
We're gonna rapid fire these last two. A&M at Mizzou. Mizzou's a 6.5-point underdog. Over under 47.5. Cooper, thoughts quickly.
A&M covers easily at 6.5 over Missouri.
Adam?
Yeah, same. A&M by a lot. 2 touchdowns.
I agree.
2 touchdowns.
Prabila is out the rest of the year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. A&M all day. Then LSU and Bama, the Brian Kelly-less LSU Tigers against Bama. 10.5. Bama is favored by 50.5 on the over-under.
Taking Bama over LSU for sure. Again, same thing.
I'm going to take LSU to cover because I think it'd be funny. No other reason.
It's a fired coaches thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the over in that game. I don't know why. I just feel like the over. We'll see what happens with that.
Fair enough. Oregon, Iowa.
Iowa, I don't know why. Oh, you want to talk about that one?
I do, because we got Iowa money line in this game, fellas.
Okay.
We meaning the over here.
Okay, I was just saying, like,
we Iowa money line.
You and all the
I think Iowa to cover easily. I think this is the easiest bet of the weekend. Make some money.
There it is. Speechless. We'll leave you with that one. Iowa money line over Oregon. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching this far, this might have been one of our worst ones, but we'll check back in after week 11 and talk more about the American Conference. So, also, if you bet the Iowa money line, you have to download and subscribe and re-download and resubscribe over and over and over again.
It's true.
So, take the Iowa money line. Yeah, those two. Check them out. Appreciate you guys listening.